students, today we will continue with the same chapter. We are making discussion on joint stock company. So today I am going to take a new topic on this chapter. This topic is privileges of a private company. Now let us see what are the various privileges of a private company over the public company. The first one is privileges regarding the members. Only 2 members are required to start a private company, whereas in a public company it requires 7 members to start the business. The second point is commencement. The private company starts its operation just after the incorporation stage. Let me tell you that there are 4 stages in a formation of a company. The 4 stages are: the first one is promotion stage, the second one is incorporation stage, the third one is capital subscription stage, and fourth one is commencement of business. A public company will have to pass through all these 4 stages before commencing the business, but a private company can commence its business just after passing through these first 2 stages, that is the promotion stage and the incorporation stage. The third point is prospectus. No prospectus is required to issue in case of a private company, or there is no requirement to issue a statement in lieu of prospectus in case of a private company. Now question arises, what is a prospectus? Prospectus is an invitation to the public to subscribe in the shares of the company. So private company will not invite any public to subscribe in the shares of the company. That is why the private company is not supposed to issue prospectus. Next topic is statutory meeting. Statutory meeting is very important in case of public company. What is statutory meeting? It is the first meeting of the shareholders in case of a public company, but the private companies are not required to hold a statutory meeting. I have written over here. The private company is not required to hold a statutory meeting. Okay, students, now let us see the fifth privilege. The fifth privilege is relating to directors. The private company can only have 2 directors. It is exempted from the restriction of appointment, reappointment, retirement of managerial personnel. The next privilege is shares. A private company can issue deferred shares with disproportionate voting right. Now question arises, what is deferred shares? Deferred shares are those shares which is having the right to claim in the profit of the company after the claims of all the shareholders are met. So this is known as deferred shares. Moreover, it is exempted from all the restrictions related with allotment of shares, minimum shares, right shares, and different kind of legal formalities. Next one is transfer of shares. A private company can refuse to register any transfer of shares. The next privilege is accounts. The private company may not allow the non-members to inspect the accounts. The private company may not allow the non-members or will not allow the non-members to inspect the book of accounts. The next privilege is quorum. What is quorum? Question arises, what is quorum? So quorum is the smallest number of people at a meeting before taking any official decisions. A quorum is a minimum number of people to be present in a meeting before taking any official decisions. So only 2 members present is sufficient quorum to take any official decisions in a private company. And the last privilege is index of members. A private company is not supposed to maintain any index of the or any index to the register of the members. A private company is not supposed to maintain any index to the register of the members. So these are all privileges of a private company over a